Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Agents in the Trenches, a space and a place where we talk all things real estate, business, mindset, and you name it. We're here to bring you value and to answer any questions you have and just have a conversation with you guys and be, 100% transparent of what it's like to be a real estate agent in this market today. But I'm super excited. My name is Tali Miranda. I'm sure you've seen me on here before, but today I will be your host. And I'm super excited for this conversation. And today, our title is Holiday Harmony, Striking Balance Between Life and Business. So I have a special guest here that's going to be helping me with this conversation, going back and forth and seeing, how to find balance in this crazy time of the year where, the holidays are creeping up fast, but we still have a ton of work to do. So how do you balance the both? And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So as always, if you're watching live, go ahead and comment hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, comment hashtag replay. Like this video, share it with a friend, and comment below. We love to see the comments, the feedback, the questions. So don't feel shy. Just go ahead and drop anything that you like below. So let's go ahead and bring in our special guest, Gus Alfaro. How are you, Gus?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. I know you've been with us before, but for those who are watching and don't know who Gus is, can you give us a little bit of an introduction on yourself? What do you do? How long you've been doing it? And maybe a fun fact.
Yeah, definitely. So, my name is Gus Alfaro. I'm with TBF Mortgage. I have been doing this for about 3 years now. 3 years was in October this last year, and newer to Florida. I've been here for a little bit over a year now. But yeah, just was always driven to do sales and I always wanted to do sales. And my thing when it came into being in the industry was what's going to have longevity? What's going to be something that is going to be something that where I can stay for a long time? It's not going to be just a quick, money grab and then you're out. I wanted something that's going to be there for, I can make a career out of it. And obviously everybody will always be buying and selling homes, and so that's why I chose to be in the mortgage industry. And I've since the day I started, I loved it. I love numbers, and I love being able to help people achieve their dream of being homeowners. And so that's kind of a little bit about me and what has brought me here.
Okay, that's good. So you came from California and now you are in Southwest Florida. And how do you like it so far?
I love it. I mean, who doesn't love a lot of sun, right? I mean, Southern California has some really great weather. I love Southern California, but from going from there to here, it didn't suck whatsoever. I love it.
In California, you still had like cold weather, a little bit, right? Some.
Yeah, so you get more of the four seasons out there. That out here, you get a little bit less of that. It's more sun, sun, sun. But yeah, out there, you get a little bit more of the, you know, winter, spring,
Hmm.
summer, fall kind of.
How you liking this more recent weather where it's a little chilly?
I love it.
Yeah.
Everybody that I talk to that's been here for years, they're like, "Oh my God, we're freezing." I'm like, "Oh, this feels so good. This
It's
feels so
awesome.
good." Yeah, I love wearing a little sweater.
Refreshing. It
It
really was.
is. It's awesome. Because
Yeah.
you're not from Florida either, right?
No, I'm originally from Connecticut.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it gets
so
cold up there.
yeah, for me, this is nothing,
Yeah,
right? But being here for the past almost 4 years, I think I think it's true what they say that your blood does thin out a little bit,
then yeah,
but I still love it. This is still my very favorite time of the year in Florida because I mean
yeah,
we get to wear a little cardigans, a little sweaters,
yeah.
and I actually got my combat boots on, which I haven't been able to do in a while. So I'm loving it. This is like
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
But
awesome.
I want to get to the topic, okay? Because it's been a crazy time so far. And we were just talking outside of this live where it's been really busy. These past,
Yeah.
this past month has been extremely busy. And we kind of joked around and we're like, okay, isn't it supposed to be slow?
Yeah.
And it hasn't really slowed down, at least from what we're seeing. So talk to me, how have you been juggling so far between business and life?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So for most other parts of the country, like in the real estate and mortgage industry, this is the slowest time of the year. Like for predominantly most of the United States. Obviously, down here in South Florida, it's a lot different. This is where all the snowbirds come down when it gets cold wherever they're at, right?
Mm.
So this is when it gets busy for us. It's a little bit different to deal with that because if you've been in the industry for quite some time and you've done it in other places, right now is like the time where people take their vacation, take their time off, like, but down here it's way different. And I think, um, to answer your question, the way to handle that is you really have to time block. You got to make time for certain things, and you just gotta. I use my Outlook calendar like no other.
Mm.
I literally put in every single thing that I need to do, and I have when I have a lot of stuff going on, I tend to forget things. And
Yeah.
so if I don't write it down or I don't put it in my calendar, I'm gonna forget it. So that gives you a reminder. Hey, look, you got to do this, that. You got to call this person, and it keeps me on top of what I need to do. But time blocking is very important as well with having a schedule and everything like that. But like letting yourself know, like, all right, gonna go hit the gym in the morning, gonna make breakfast. All right, from 10 to 12, I'm gonna make calls or follow up, or 10, 12 to 2, I'm gonna go through all my files, make sure everything's good. 2 to 4, lunches, whatever it is, right? However your schedule is, however it is, but doing that time blocking allows you to stay organized and stay on top of your game, and that's what's helped me. Um, when it comes to like getting really busy. And then during this time of the year, you're doing Christmas shopping, you're doing all these holiday parties that everybody's throwing, right? Different real estate companies, just a bunch of holiday parties that you got to go to. Like, it piles up, and if you're not organized, you're going to feel overwhelmed and it's going to be way too much.
I love that. I think, I mean, throughout the year, scheduling yourself is really important, right? Scheduling your task and your priority. But this time of the year is like super important where most people kind of lay back a little bit. This is when, you should be like doubling down, making sure that you're still being disciplined in those areas, right? And putting everything on your calendar, whether it's, business or personal. Like I have personal stuff on my calendar as well. Like when I have to go pick
Mhm.
up my son or drop him off, like every hour is accounted for because I mean that's how we have to. That's how we should know. Like, okay, our day is going to be run this way. Now, talk
Mhm.
to us in the event because this has happened. I'm sure to you, as it happens to
Mhm.
everybody. But somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, do you have this time available to do X, Y, and Z that's not in your calendar?" Talk to us about that. Like, how do you manage the priorities, right? And what's already on your calendar? And are you the type to say, okay, if it's not on the calendar, it's not happening. Like, we have to schedule it for another time or something like that. Like, well, how do you manage between those last minute things that people invite you to that you already had, predetermined stuff on your calendar for?
Yeah, that's a great question. It I think it's a case by case scenario when it comes to that, because I don't. Every situation is going to be different. If somebody, let's say that there is an opportunity that I've been waiting for, and I had to adjust my schedule to make that happen, I'm doing it. Now, if it's something that I have something more of a priority. It just matters to me at the end of the day what takes priority, and just being able to assess like what comes first. Like, is it is this going to be more beneficial, or is doing what you need to do going to be more beneficial? So um, that's where it kind of comes to me. It's not every case it's going to be like, nope. I tell everybody if it's blocked, it's blocked. I don't see somebody the next week. No, it depends. It all depends. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I think depending on what it was already on your calendar, and what comes up, like I guess you have to determine for yourself, okay, which one is going to be best for your overall goal, right? And your priority. So I love that. I think that's very true. Okay, so do you set boundaries, right? Because I know at this time of the year, right? I know for us, as real estate agents, some of our clients think that we're just available like 24/7 of the day, right? um, and that whenever they want, we're at their disposal, which there's times where your business should be open, and yes, you should be available for them. But my question is, do you set boundaries with your clients when it comes to like the holidays? Do you do that in advance? Do you do it as they go? And then what do you do?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, our job is a little bit different. We don't have a 9 to 5 job, and if you do have a 9 to 5 job in this industry, you're probably not doing so well, because that's just not this job, right?
Mhm.
This job is going to require for you to be up early
Yep.
and go to sleep late, answer calls late, do whatever you need to do at a given time, work on the weekends, all that stuff. But, you know, also you have to have the balance of, if you have family, if you have, loved ones, like making time for them as well and
Mhm.
respecting that time, right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we're still human beings, and
Yes.
we still have, those people that love us and they're going to be there for us no matter what. And you got to set that time aside for those people, and not allow for business is going to come, it's going to be there. But yeah, there is those boundaries you have to set. And you know I'm not necessarily going to tell, um, like, reach out to all my clients and tell them, hey, don't reach out to me on Christmas.
Mhm.
But I might not just respond immediately until the next day, because that's a day for family, for friends, like, like, for loved ones. um, and so that's kind of how I handle it. And there is times I always, from the initial start, if I don't get to you right away, I will get to you by the end of the day, or
Mhm.
you'll hear from me. I'm not
Yeah.
going to leave you on red or anything like that. Like, I will get back to you. But sometimes we get busy, and sometimes I'm at a lunch or at an event, and you can't be on your phone at those things. So,
Right.
um, but I will get back to them, and I do make that clear from the beginning.
Yes, I love that. And something that I've learned from Lucy is that, a response is better than no response, right? So even if you have, and this is something that, we teach our agents as well, that, those automatic mess, those auto reply messages that when someone
Mm.
calls you, that you can set up, you can edit that yourself. If you have like three variations of like, okay, hey, I'm not available at the moment, your call is important to me, I'll reach back out to you as soon as possible, right? So it's better to just have, decline that call with that message. That way they know that you're there. You might not respond back to them right now because you're busy, but you'll come back when you have, their, I don't know, whenever you have an opportunity, right?
Mhm.
So having like those messages as well to auto reply is very important. And then I've even already heard some voicemails. Some people set up voicemails for this time of the year as well that says, hey, Merry Christmas, right? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Right now, I'm taking time for the family. It kind of like set up your voicemails, even if you have to go that far, just so you can know that that your clients understands that you're away, right? You're away, whether you're on vacation or whatever the case may be, but you'll get back to them at the earliest convenience. So I think that's also super important, and definitely have something implemented in that case where you still responding back to your people. What do you think about
Yeah, no, for sure. I think those quick response texts, I've got them from several people, but it's like, okay, well, they saw my call,
that?
they
Yep,
text me, they'll get back to me, you know,
exactly.
and so it does make a huge difference. And yeah, I mean, that's a to go to the extent of like updating your voicemail. I know that Outlook does it where if you step out of the office for a week or a couple
Mhm.
days or like a certain time, you can set that up in your Outlook calendar. So if somebody emails you, they get
Yeah.
an automated response as well. So yeah, those things are very good because at the end of the day, communication's key. Everybody will understand if you're able to communicate what's going on.
Yes, yes. So, is there any lessons that you've learned throughout this time in in balancing both like life and business, that you would like to talk about? Because I'm sure like there's moments where we're like, oh shoot, maybe I could have done this a little bit better, or maybe I should have. Next time I'm gonna do this. Is there anything like that? The person that you've gone through either this season or previous seasons before that you want to talk on?
Yeah, I think it just like it comes down to the organization. There's days where I'm not as organized, and I just feel the entire difference. If I'm not on schedule or I'm not doing something like I can feel that my head is all over the place. I'm not organized. I'm not doing what I need to do, and that really makes a huge, huge difference. So I think biggest lesson is to stay organized all the time. Like even like the smallest things. Like um, you know, you put in, I don't know, you have to go to the post office or like something small, but it keeps you accountable. And then it not only that, like I've some days that I've had the best days, I literally just old school, write it down on a piece of paper, everything that need to get done, put a little square next to it, and just check it off as I go. Low key, it's pretty satisfying once
Yeah.
you check off everything off your list. Um, but that's another thing too. It's just that having something where you're like, okay, I need to get this, and that, this done. And once you get it done, like it's a satisfying feeling that you got everything that you needed to do done.
Yes, I actually have something like this. It's Task Planner, and
Mm-hmm.
basically, I mean, I think I got this from either Walmart or Target, but it's super cool because you literally like just it's a little messy, but you put down
Yep.
all your tasks and you're checking them off as you go. And then if you have any notes throughout the day, you can
Mm-hmm.
put your notes there. I kind of juggle between the two, like paper and Google Calendar. So I guess you just got to pick what you like, or if you like both. But I think I like the writing because of the fact that you get to physically like check it off, and it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Saying like it's
Yeah.
satisfying to check off a task. Like, yes, I did this, and you feel more like at the end of the day you got more done, rather
Yep.
than having a checklist and just like, oh, did I do anything today? I felt like I did a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It feels good to be able to accomplish everything that you put on your piece of paper.
It's definitely a mental thing. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure, a mental thing. It's like I think it's like a psychological thing that you're physically getting those things checked off. It feels like you get satisfaction out of it.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least I do.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I love this. I think like we were talking about earlier today, it's a crazy time of the year. So just to recap, if you guys are tuning in now, I mean, we're talking about, juggling and balancing both life and business. And how do you do that? Because obviously, we're humans. We want to, enjoy our family, enjoy the seasons and stuff like that, but we still have business that we have to take care of. So Gus had talked about organization, right? put everything on your calendar, whether it's personal or business, put it on your calendar and have a checklist as you're going throughout the day. So like that, you can check things off and stay organized. And then time block, right? Time blocking with your family. Like during that time, just be 100% present. Because I think quality, right? Quality time over quantity time, right? Is really makes the big difference. Like, you
Hmm.
being face to face with people. And this is the time where you want to, have those connections and you want to, spread the love and the joy and just be present. So, having that time block for your family. And then, what else did we mention? If you want to recap on anything else before we tap off in a little bit.
Yeah, and just setting expectations for your clients and people. Letting them know that at the end of the day, you will be professional. You will get back to them. You will,
Yes.
take care of them and give them the best service possible. But at the same time, we're still humans. We still have families. We still have our friends, and we still have our time that we need to, take away from work to be able to be ready to work the next day. So, it's just setting expectations, boundaries, and staying professional throughout everything that we do.
Yes. So I've come across a bunch of people already that are like completely 100% tapped out for the rest of the year. I think like Thanksgiving it starts to happen, right? People
Oh
start
yeah,
to tap out a little bit, and then in this time between the second and the third week of December, they're like,
gone. Yeah.
talk to me after January. So,
Yep.
and that's okay. But I'm like, okay, well, we gotta, January's coming up fast. Like,
Yeah.
so it's pretty interesting to see that, especially being on this side where, things are starting to, we've already started to plan for next year and we're planning for next year still. So it's pretty cool though. I think it's awesome when you have that flexibility. But I would just say, continue to reach out to your people, love on your people, and show value around this time of the year. I mean, I just sent out this past week. I was sending out video text messages and just regular text messages to my database, just saying, hey, happy early holidays. I'm still going to be available if you have any questions real estate related. If there's anything I can do to help you, reach out to me, whether it's real estate or you need anything. Feel free to reach out. So like I think this would be a good time also to reach out to your people that you've maybe um, you know had some relations with in the beginning of the year, whether you help
Hmm.
them or not. Just friendly reminder to reach out to your people. I think that's
Oh
basically
yeah,
what I would say.
definitely. Just saying happy holidays, and just being present. You never know. Somebody might be ready to buy another house, or they're looking to move out the one that they were in before. You never know. And
It's
just one little small video can make all the difference.
Yes, I'm not lying. I literally had two people. One person called me from that message and was like, "Hey, I saw your message and I just wanted to let you know that I guess he was looking at this property that he was going to, potentially pursue, but it didn't work out for him and that he's still on the market." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So of course I
Hmm.
started to, send him some stuff, and then there was another person who is going to be starting the process probably in April or something like that. So, it's never too early to start, helping your people, be equipped for what's to come because I don't know, maybe Gus, you can, shine some light on this, but I've started to see some interest rate drops, right?
Yeah, yeah. So very good news. At the about 10 days ago, the Feds announced that they are going to decrease the rates three times next year. And we've already started to see the trickle back of the rates because of these announcements. There won't be any more rate hikes, which is very, very good news. Um, and so we will start seeing the rates come back down. So, most important to know during with that information is that if you are approved right now and able to buy right now is the perfect time to buy. As soon as these rates drop, and we've already started to see it, people, thousands, and I mean hundreds of thousands of people are going to re enter the market that didn't qualify before. And now they are going to be in the market. It's going to be a lot more competitive. And this can show signs of people increasing the prices in homes just to win a deal. So you can always adjust your rate and your payment, but you can never adjust the price of the home that you bought it for. So um, at the end of the day, right now is the perfect time to buy if you do qualify and if you are pre-approved. Um, you know, it's I'm doing a refinance for every single person I am doing a transaction with right now. They will get refinanced once the rates drop, and we will lower their payment, and we will lower that rate for them, and to get them a better deal. But you know, you can't lower the price of your home. That's
Mm-hmm.
can't ever do that.
Well, you heard it here first. If you're in, if you're thinking about it, this is the perfect time, especially with that incredible news that the rates they're scheduled 3 times to go down next year, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
incredible. That's incredible. So, it's going to get hot. It's going to get real hot. And, if you want a perfect time to enter the market, it'll probably be now before it starts to get crazy. And we'll probably be back into the multiple offer situation and all of that stuff. So, yeah, definitely reach out to us. Let us help you. And don't wait. Do not wait. There's no need to wait. Start the process now. Even if you don't think that, you're ready or qualified or whatever, like let us sit down with you and see, okay, if you're not, then let's help you create like a game plan to get ready, right? Because even with this lady that I was speaking to, she's right now renting, and she's like, oh, I'm not going to break my lease right now, but it's up in April, and that's when I will be ready to start talking about becoming a homeowner. And I'm like, let's not wait until April. Let's talk now, and let's see, where you're at, and let's see what's missing, so that then now we can start working towards being ready when April comes. Then it's just a matter of like, okay, maybe just even, you know, closing on a home, right? Like, regardless, I think, you shouldn't wait. So I love that news.
That
That's
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, that's a great point you just brought up about, even if you don't plan on buying right this second and you're going to buy in 3 months, talking to a real estate agent, talking to a lender is very important, because I just had a case where somebody was looking to buy, to be moved in, or buy by January 1st. Talked to them back in October,
Mm,
at the end of October. They had a credit score of 569.
wow.
It's very hard to do anything with a credit score of 569.
Mhm.
I literally told him exactly what he needed to do to get it above 620. Um, he went and paid off every single little thing that I told him to do. And once he came back, his credit score is at 627. He's pre-approved and he's ready to buy. So even if you aren't going to buy today,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't know where your credit's at, or you don't know what you need to pay off to make your debt to income ratio, in the right place, or you don't know how much money you need to save up to have a for your down payment and your closing costs. We don't know what we don't know, so it's very important to get ahead of it so that you're all ready when that time comes. So I think that was a great point that you just made.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Gus. I really appreciate your time here. I think this conversation was super valuable. I hope those who are watching have, something stuck to you. And if it did, like, comment below, tell us what you got out of this conversation. And if not, that's okay. Share with someone else. Share with someone, a newer real estate agent or somebody that's thinking about getting into the industry. These are tips that really can, be a game changer, right? So, but thank you, Gus. I appreciate your time as always. You're just a rock star. I can't wait to continue to do more business with you, and just rock it for 2024. It's going to be awesome.
Well, thank you, Talia. I really appreciate those kind words, and I appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure, and let's go get it after 2024.
Yes, let's do it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and until next week, See ya. Have a happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. All
Merry
right.
Christmas.